It doesn't necessarily feel like it's working that hard. We barely made it here, huh?
Yeah, we were almost on the light.
Wow, there you go. Now you know it. Hey guys, we're here in Fruita, Colorado, where we just got back from Moab, and I'm filling up our long-term Silverado because we're going to find out just how fuel efficient this is towing a trailer. So let me explain. We were in Moab doing a review of the Silverado, so you can check that out pretty soon on TFL Truck, and we also did a review of this. Let me show you. This is the Pro XB, the latest and greatest razor, and now we're heading back, and I thought to myself, let's find out what kind of fuel economy the truck gets going from Fruita back to Denver. Now keep in mind we're going to be going over some mountain passes, and we are towing about 5,000 pounds, give or take. This is a new iron bowl trailer from our friends at Jayhawk Trailers. Probably overkill for a razor that weighs about 1,800 pounds, but nevertheless a lot of the testing that we do is with a horse trailer. So now we've got something that's a little bit less or more aerodynamic, hard to tell. But we want to find out what kind of fuel economy the Silverado gets. Now the Silverado has the 5.3 under the hood, so it's a smaller engine, and it should perform pretty well. You know, a lot of the other competitors have turbochargers, more displacement, but we got the 5.3 because, well, that's the one that's the most popular, so that's the one that you guys are buying, so that's why we got it. And I'm really curious to see what it does. Now, unlike the Ram that we had, Chevy actually does rate this a little bit lower in fuel economy because of the bigger tires and because of the little bit of a 2-inch lift. So it does have a little worse fuel economy because of that. Now we're going to wait 30 seconds. I've got my stopwatch going here, and we'll fill it up, and then a couple hundred miles from now we'll stop and see what the trip computer says, and of course see what the gas pump says. All right, that's 30 seconds. Here we go.
24.
All right, you're counting, Tommy.
26.
Here we go. One click. Okay, you want to go see what kind of fuel economy this truck is rated for?
Yep.
It should be in the Monroney. Let's reset the trip computer, Tommy, so that we have what the truck says, and then let's, come on, you can do it, drill. Trail brakes connected, I know, dismissed. All right, reset, trip 1. There we go. And now we've got what the truck says and then what the pump says. Keep in mind we're towing just under 5,000 pounds. And what are the numbers for the fuel economy that the government says, Tommy?
Yep, this truck is rated at 16 city, 18 combined, and 21 highway.
I don't think we'll be getting that.
No, I don't think so.
So let's hit the road, huh?
Yep.
I think we'll do well to get what? What would you say? 10?
Something like that.
12?
Sure.
That's probably not going to happen over the pass. You know, we have to go over Vail Pass. That's a lot of, that's a big number to hope for.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, here we are on the road again. It says we're getting 9.4 MPG, but it's going up now. Keep in mind that we are here in Fruita, and we are going to cross the Continental Divide, getting back to Denver. So we are going to be using probably a little bit more fuel than you normally would in everyday towing situations. Now, that's because we do real-world testing, and if we can cross the Continental Divide towing a razor, then you know that if you're in Kansas where it's a little bit flatter, you'll probably get better fuel economy. Now, as a towing rig, Tommy, I gotta say, this Silverado is really good. I'm really impressed with it. It doesn't strain, towing 5,000 pounds. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's working that hard, and I think part of that is a 10-speed transmission. It seems to be in the right gear all the time. Hey, I got a question for you guys out there. We just filled up with mid-grade gas, and we paid $2.70 a gallon, but here, if you look, you can get the entry level, you know, the low grade gas for $2.29, and in some places I'm bet that it's even below $2. So how important is it that your vehicle gets good fuel economy when gas is starting to get to below $2 a gallon? Really curious if that is a decision that you guys are still curious about, or with gas getting so cheap, you're like, hey, it doesn't matter now. Electric trucks are dead. fuel efficient trucks are dead because gas is so cheap, or is it still important because it affects your bottom line? Love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks.
I think it's cheap now, but it's going to get more expensive then.
Gas always goes up.
Oh.
Yep, good point. Last year our long-term truck was of course the Ram Rebel, and there is one bit of tech that I did like about that truck more than this one, and that is the blind spot monitoring. This truck, first of all, doesn't know that it has a trailer attached. You have to actually put it in tow haul mode, and then it doesn't automatically take the trailer into account when using blind side monitoring. In the Ram, you take a turn, the truck would say, okay, you've got a 30 or 40 foot trailer, and now when you see that little blind spot monitoring light go off in your rearview mirror, that means it's also taking the trailer into account. Here, it's just a truck, so you got to use your mirrors and you got to use your head. It's not as automatic or as easy as it was in the Ram. All right, we made it to Golden, Colorado. We actually crossed Vail Pass and we went up the Ike Gauntlet. So now it's time to fill up the truck and see what kind of fuel economy we got. Tommy, what did it say we got in the truck?
11.8, and we went 247.5 miles.
So now we'll fill it up and then we'll do that one click method again, actually two click methods, and see what the number is, if it's actually 11.8 or if it's different, which is actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by that.
Yeah, keep in mind though, we are far from the capacity because this truck is rated to tow 9,500.
Yeah, and we're probably at 5,000, so we're about half the weight that this truck is rated to tow. And then all we have to do basically is fill her up, and yeah, look at this, much cheaper here. Gas is $2.27 a gallon. In terms of a towing rig, it did really well, you know. It never really struggled. We were never out of power. We never really had any issues with it. It just cranked right along.
Good control, tow haul mode, that's all we needed.
Yeah, exactly. But we barely made it here, huh?
Yeah, we were almost on the light for sure.
Well, 50. But the problem is it's one of those fuel gauges where the first half goes slow, and then the second half just goes really quick. So you're like, first half you're like 170 miles, and then you got, I got to have a tank left, and then 50 miles later you're almost empty.
Yep, that's right.
Which is kind of crazy.
I think it's a 24-gallon tank, so We'll see how much we actually used.
There we go.
So here's the final number, 20.832. So you want to do the math? So we went 247.5 miles.
Divided by?
Yeah, it's done. Then just plug it in. 20.832.
Okay, equals?
Oh, it's spot on.
Spot on, 11.8. Wow, there you go. Now you know it. So yeah, I think that's a really reasonable number. I think that Chevy's done a good job in actually rating this thing at what it's supposed to get, and I'm pretty impressed by that, Tommy. How about you?
Yeah, I am, and there's the final number, 11.89, so it's actually a little bit pessimistic over what it's really doing.
Well guys, check out TFL Truck, TFLnow, TFL Car for more news, views, and of course, real-world MPG reviews. All right, Tommy, let's go wash this side by side, and let's head on back to the office.
That's the plan.